They say nice guys finish last, right? Well, the best back in the best shape of my life. Like the checks cash and now they paying the price, right? In showdowns I showcase my skills. Throw weight around, my weight in pounds, tipping the scale. Shit, we taking this whole year. Catch up.
James Hergott here, Radical Body Transformations. I am with Ray. Ray is from Coburg, which is my hometown. So when you were in school, in elementary school, you were teased, and you know a lot of people would think that the teasing would be boys and things like that, but you were telling me that there was actually girls.
Yeah, actually, when I came here, I was about 8 years old. I was always on the chubbier side. I was a bigger kid. When growing up, you'd be called fatty. I remember one time, actually, it was actually during Valentine's. It was in grade 3. It still haunts you to this day, but there was a girl wanted to just be like, hey, how you doing? I like you and everything. Her exact words were, "You're fat and ugly. Get away from me." So that you know, like you get scars. Scars do heal, but they do leave an impact, and that's one of the things that always kind of gets to you.
Yeah. That's brutal. And then, but there was a little bit of a comeback because when you got to high school, you started football, right?
Yeah, basically it was my brother who got me into football. I was always, since I was a bigger kid, he's like, why don't you throw your weight around? So that's where I went to. So basically I took my energy from all the negative energy and tried to change it to positive by going to football, lifting weights. That's where I kind of did my therapy, you could say, to take my anger out on things. And that's where the positive side came from, within here, within a gym, of course. It's improved my confidence. It's made me a stronger person, obviously, and just taken myself to the next level. But as I always say, there's things that always echo in the past, and it always gets to me each time. So hence that's why I always try to stay in here and keep up on things.
Well, you could use it as fuel. No matter where you're at, you could always improve, right? And you know, you're saying that you've been training and you've been getting results, but you feel kind of stagnant. You want to take things to the next level.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a believer. I'm always hungry and never satisfied. So whenever I look in the mirror, I still don't see what I want to achieve, and it just still impacts me that I still think backwards to where I was, and I look and I still see that same person that I was, and it bothers me every time. I know you always hear the comments, hey, you lost weight. I honestly don't feel like that. I always feel like I'm still trapped, almost.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think you've got a lot of intensity in the gym. I've seen you train and stuff like that. And I think, with a little bit of guidance, you can really turn the corner and make some drastic improvements. So, we hooked you up with Darren and Jeff, and they've got you started on a program. So we're excited to follow your journey and see where this takes you. And then today we got a special treat because we got Reggie in here, who's a IFBB pro, and he's got a football background as well. So we're going to get him doing some workouts with you and stuff like that. So that'll be fun.
Definitely excited, obviously. Yeah.
Well, we're really excited to have you part of this show, and we look forward. This is just the beginning. So thank you for coming out and being part of this.
Perfect. Thank you.
So we're here tonight at the Manitoba Amateur Bodybuilding Provincial Championships. It's just before the night show. I have Humberto with me, and he's competing in bodybuilding. In season 1, he was on the show as a posing coach, and now we have the opportunity to follow up with him in a more personal kind of way. So tell me about yourself, Humberto.
Okay, so I've been here in Canada for about 10 years now. Competing for 7 years. This is my 9th show. 4th time doing provincials. I started pretty much as a lightweight, worked my way up every year, trying to improve different body parts and just in general the quality of the muscle and just up my level. So yeah, this year I'm competing in the middleweight category of the provincials. It was a stacked class of 12 competitors, the biggest class in the bodybuilding show, I believe. So very excited to see how things turn out. I was lucky to be in the first call-out, so it looks good. So yeah, definitely looking forward to the routine. As she mentioned, last season I was featured as a posing coach. I was last year at the provincials. I was awarded the Best Poser Award. One thing that I'm trying to do again this year as a posing coach is something that I really enjoy doing. The part of the routine, the artistic part of it, and that's something that I would like to repeat this year as well for as motivation for myself and inspire my clients as well for posing.
You're also fortunate to share this journey with your girlfriend, who's not competing today but is still involved in health and fitness. So we'll be interviewing her shortly. So tell me about your journey here with your girlfriend and how making it a lifestyle.
Yeah, we actually met. We started talking a little bit more through actually this lifestyle. We both did the provincials last year. Through friends in common, friends in the fitness industry. We started training together, and then we started dating. We're both doing the nationals in July 23rd, which is so happens to be here this year, luckily as well. They're both bodybuilding and bikini one who happen to be here, so none of us has to travel for that one show. So we're very excited to prep for this show together. It being at home, it being the nationals. It's very interesting to have that support system in that way. I mean, it's not to take anything away from anyone else, but in the past, my support system hasn't been quite as strong as it is today with her. Like, she understands the lifestyle. Someone can see what you go through, all the meals you eat, all the training you go through. From the outside, they can live with you and still don't understand it until they actually go through it. So actually having someone that is going through it step by step every day, she's measuring their meals, cooking their meals, making sure the training's on point, getting that cardio done, getting everything that needs to be done when it needs to be done. It makes a huge difference. That level of understanding and support takes everything to the next level. So both of us, she's actually doing a show 4 weeks after today. The World Qualifiers first. And then after that, 4 weeks after, both of us will be stepping on stage for the nationals.
Yeah, it was a pleasure meeting you,
Absolutely.
and we'll follow up a little bit later tonight.
Sounds good, thank
you. We're at the night show at the Manitoba Amateur Bodybuilding Association Provincials, and we just interviewed your boyfriend, Humberto, and so this is Kateryna, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm originally from Ukraine. I'm 29 years old. We just turned 29. Actually, we're like 2 days apart of birthday. But I work as a full-time nurse. I have a 8-year-old daughter, and just picked up on this bodybuilding. Although a year ago was my first show.
Awesome.
At the novice, and now I'm getting really into it. So now it's becoming it's more of a hobby, but you're just seeing how far you can take it.
That's awesome. So you did a show a year ago, and now you guys are prepping together for nationals. It's going to be in July in Winnipeg. And so tell us a little bit about your prep. Who's your coach?
I'm with Full-Blown Fitness, Mike and Sherry. So last year was my first show with the novice, then the provincials. The provincials, I won first class in bikini class A. And from there on, I knew that a year later I'd be doing the International Event Qualifiers, which is in Moncton, on June 25th. And then the Nationals here, which is awesome. I think we've already had, Humberto and I already had plans to compete at the Nationals, but we just weren't sure. We were just going to apply for each other. Well, this way it's home and it's for both of us. So
that's awesome. So, how is competing and being on a health and wellness journey, how has that changed your life?
Well, time management is a big thing. Organized, and meal preps. We still have to allot time for ourselves, because it's a 24-hour thing, so you need time for yourself in order to, get your energy back up and do something for yourself outside of the bodybuilding as well. And,
Right.
but
Have balance.
Exactly. You have to balance everything out. If one thing shifts, you need to take a day off or something and bring yourself back together and carry on.
Awesome. Well, so great to meet you. I'm looking forward to seeing you on stage in Winnipeg in like 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And watch you guys kill it.
Yeah,
And
hopefully.
I'm here with Humberto. He killed it. He absolutely killed it today. Tell us how you did.
Okay, so the evening started. I got to the venue and Gorilla Jack informed me that the MAVA board, they give this award every year. It's basically they grant it to the athlete which they consider has made the most improvement over the previous season from the last year. So they decided to award me that. Then I went on for my class. I got top 5, I did my routine, and then I got first place in my category. I was also awarded the best poster award, so the best routine. And by the end of the evening, I won the overall as well. So it's been a crazy evening. I still can't believe it, but beyond words, happy with every single decision I made, from competing, from the coach that I picked, and from my support systems installed from the beginning. So I'm really lucky about everything coming together for this to happen tonight. So.
Awesome. That's fantastic. Like, you literally won it all. So what's next for you?
Nationals in 8 weeks. I will be competing in the Nationals, which happens to be in Winnipeg as well. Both the bikini and the bodybuilding Nationals are here for the first time in a long time. I will be doing it luckily with my girlfriend, so we're both doing that show together. So it'll be a very interesting and very motivating next 8 weeks from this point on. I'm going to take a couple. Well, my coach said first a week. Now that things turned out really well, I think he got a little bit hungry as well, as I am now. And he said 2 days off to pig out, and then back into training. So that's the plan.
Awesome. I thought it was going to be my next question. What's your game plan from show to show?
Yeah,
it's hard doing a few shows back to back to back.
I've never really done it in this way, but I just have to trust my coach. He always knows what he's doing. I mean, I am his 3rd overall title this season. He won the with his clients, Mr. Newfoundland, I believe, and Mr. somewhere else in the 3rd one. So he always knows what he's doing. So I really put my trust fully in him. So yeah, just going through the process and then cashing out on the benefits of following a program, sticking to it, not giving up. So
These guys are a power couple. They're both killing it, and they're both competing together. So I wanted to, introduce them as a team. And I guess my question to you is, you see lots of people in the industry dating and whatever, but what do you think, that commonality, how does that make you guys stronger? Like that, sharing that passion for health and fitness?
Well, for me, it's definitely supporting each other, and wherever one falls, the other one helps and picks us up. We seem to be a reverse balance of each other, whatever it is, whether he's down or I'm down, and in the end, we end up balancing each other out.
That's awesome.
yeah, the support system, as I mentioned earlier, it's everything. I mean, it is an individual sport, but what happens to it can make it or break it. I mean, someone may think they understand what's happening. Someone may see it firsthand, see you prepare your meal, see you, get up in the morning for cardio, train hard, be tired. They may think they understand it, but until they're actually going through it, they know nothing about it. And they may say they support it, and sometimes they actually really don't because they don't fully understand it. So it's half of, I got 4 trophies, and I just told her earlier, 2 of them are hers. Because half of it it's hers. That she brought me up when I was feeling like quitting, when I was just feeling like just not doing my cardio, or not posting, or not getting up and training. She's just like, you gotta go because it's worth it. It's what you love doing. This is your choice. You're just constant reminder of what you're doing. And without that, I would not have been as successful tonight as I was.
Awesome. That's just, it warms my heart.
Yeah, it warms mine too.
It's so cute. Awesome. Well, thanks you guys, and I'll see you again soon. And thanks for taking the time to chat with me and chat with us at Radical Body Transformations.
Thank you.
Radical Body Transformations. I am with Heather and we're at World Qualifiers, and this is her event. This is one of the best events I've ever seen in terms of the screens and the presentation and the venue, the whole thing, the energy. It's just amazing. How do you do it?
Years of practice. Actually, we started promoting in 2007. We started in a high school, and every year we just kept evolving. We kept coming up with new and creative ways of making the show better, bigger and better. And we started with about 55 athletes, and we just kept doing our thing, and it rose and rose and rose. And we just did our Atlantic Classic Championships in April. We had 272 athletes, which is remarkable. That's unheard of, to have that many athletes in Atlantic Canada come and compete at our show. Tonight is just as extraordinary when we have 220 athletes from all across Canada competing here, and 66 from Ontario. So, that shows a lot of support for us, and I appreciate Ron Hache for sending all those athletes here. And I'm just really pleased with the overall presentation of the show. We put a lot of work into it, of course, a lot of hours, a lot of sleepless nights, but we just try to create a masterpiece that everyone can be proud of, and just go away feeling like, wow, that was I'm blown away by that production. And we do it from the heart. We have passion, and we do it for the athletes. I've said this a million times. We do it for the athletes, and I just want to stress that. It's very important.
Well, there is a lot of people from Ontario here that travel all this way, and frankly, I've got even people on the show from Manitoba, from all over. How do you come up with this presentation in terms of the screens and everything like that? What was your inspiration for all that?
I wanted to be able to, acknowledge other promoters and other shows from the World Qualifier. So I went back and I just did a lot of research and downloaded a lot of YouTube clips and cut them all and put them into a beautiful welcome, to the Moncton Casino. And I was able to collect, various pics from Montreal, Winnipeg, and Toronto. So they were able to see some of the past shows, and we featured a couple of our IFBB pros from Atlantic Canada, and especially our first women, Heather Leblanc, who won the figure in Montreal. So we were able to capture some great moments and memories of past, IFBB international events, and we also wanted to do a welcome from the promoters. So we actually took clips from yesterday's registration and the building of the stage, and we did a time lapse, so you can actually see all the work we put into creating this masterpiece.
It really is impressive, and like you said, the amount of work, and there's a lot of creativity that goes into it as well. It seems to me that there's I went to Halifax last year for Nationals. It seems like there's an amazing bodybuilding scene in Atlantic Canada. What is it that you attribute that to?
To tell you the truth, I think it's has to do with a lot of education that they didn't have years ago. They were learning how to pose from YouTube videos, and they were learning how to diet from the internet. And I think that a lot of people are out there teaching people how to pose. Posing instructors, a lot more coaches out there. They have the team aspect, and I think that it's all the support that they get from outside sources and references that generates that interest. So to say, oh, I can do that, and it's all about learning about the sport, and that just generates interest to make you want to compete, and that makes numbers just continue to rise.
Yeah, and you're going to inspire all of it, because there's a bunch of people that are going to see this event, and I'm sure, like you alluded to with Ron, that a lot of the other people from other provinces are going to be jealous when they see this, because they're like, how did you do this? How did you put this together? And what happens is you raise the bar for everybody else. So, what...
Can I say something about that? I want to raise the bar because I want to see other provinces do the same thing. I want you guys to learn from some of our ideas, just like I'm planning on going to the Toronto Pro Show next year, and I know that I'm going to learn a lot of things from Ron's show. Ron and I were talking about that earlier, that Heather I'll never surpass that. I said, oh yes, you will. I said, you will, because you got ideas from us, and we want to get ideas from you. There's probably a lot of things that Ron does that are his shows that we don't do at ours. So, we can learn from one another, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, just like competing in bodybuilding helps elevate the game, this helps elevate, rising tide lifts all boats. Why are you personally so, invested in bodybuilding? What is it about it and the growth of this that you wanted to be such an integral part of it?
Well, I was once a competitor, so I know what the competitors go through. I know how the dieting feels. I know how the stress and I know what discipline you need to do a show, and because I've been there, I've experienced it, and I think that's the reason why I have so much passion for it, because I love the sport, but I knew that I wasn't meant to really be a competitor. I was meant to do something else. I was meant to promote shows, and I think that's where that passion comes from where I started to where I am now, and that's why I do what I do, and that's why I love it. I just love it, because I love to see that smile on other people's faces. I love to see them be successful, and I love to see them, reach, the stars. Like, I love the sport.
What's kind of like your future plans?
I think that we're just going to keep raising the bar. As hard as it's going to be to, surpass some of the shows that we've done this past year. We're just going to continue to make the shows better, make it more creative, come up with new ideas. We're actually going to the Flex Lewis Classic. We're going down there for Flex Lewis's wedding. So he invited us to see his show a week earlier. So we're going to go down and see how, the States do their shows. And, I think that getting a few ideas from him, you never know, maybe someday Flex Lewis and Heather Leblanc will be promoting a show.
How about a pro show?
Actually, Ron brought that up again, he keeps planting the seeds, so he speaks of. So I said, don't plant any seeds this year. I don't want the crops to grow. So let's try to focus, maybe next year, and think about different ways to come up with something that's going to explode.
One question I often ask competitors is, they go through this long process. What are they going to eat after? How are they going to relax? I can only imagine you going into this. What are you going to eat after this? Are you going to go to sleep for 4 days? What's your plan after this?
To be honest with you, I go through the same symptoms as these girls and guys that, are a little sad after the show. It's all over. It's kind of like a postpartum depression or post-contest blues. Well, I have the post-promoter blues, because it's like all the hype and the build-up, and then boom, it's like Christmas, and then all of a sudden, bang, it's over. So I just have to put my energies and put my focus into doing something else, and just keep doing what I'm doing, and just keep loving it. That's all I can do.
Thank you so much, Heather. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
We are backstage at the World Qualifiers. Things are winding down back here. Things are starting to get torn down. And we had a fantastic evening. Kateryna here placed third. She got bronze in all of Canada. But not only did she do that, her class was absolutely stacked. So how many people were in your class?
24. Yeah, the biggest class.
So out of 24 people across Canada that came out to compete, you're number 3. How do you feel about that?
Oh my God, for my first show, this is amazing. I just want one of those big medals, That's all I was thinking. I just want first call-outs, and I got the first call-outs. I'm like, I just want the top 5. I got the top 5. As soon as they started calling, the 5th and 4th, I'm like, honestly, I'll be happy with the big medal, and I can go home. And then there it is. And so I'm ecstatic. It's way more than I thought I could do. So it's exciting. Yeah.
And how do you feel about this, Humberto? Do you feel like it's you up there when you're watching this? Are you like...
You know what, honestly, it was until this morning when I was here backstage where I started to get that nervous feeling. But I'm not surprised about the outcome, to be quite honest. Not to be, overly confident or anything about, how she looks and everything, or not to be biased, but it's just, even though bikini is very subjective, there's certain things that they look for, and posting is one of the criteria that is definitely heavily being judged, and she really does her homework when it comes to that. After the prejudging, when she got first call, the first caller was 7 girls. I was quite confident that she was going to be in the mix for top 5. So this being top 3, I'm definitely not surprised.
It's going to be interesting because first I took, I was looking after him for provincials. He's been looking after me for the world qualifiers. Now we're both. So now that we've trained in this, now we're both competing together. So we'll see. Yeah.
All right, well, I'll let you guys get out of here and go have a fun night tonight, and then we're going to be back on stage in a few weeks, and we're excited for that.
We're just as excited, and again, thank you so much for being in our corner and supporting us, and we're excited to see you in the next few weeks.
James Hergott here with Radical Body Transformations, and I am in Barrie South store of Popeyes, and this is our first time in this location. Popeyes is a big sponsor of the show, and the Barrie store is one of our biggest sponsor and has actually, I think, the most number of athletes out of all our stores. So we're really happy to be here. We also have a Barrie OPA show going on today, so I thought it'd be a good time to do some updates and check in with people. So we're checking in with Raymond today. Now, Raymond has been with us for several months. Last time we checked in with him, he did a workout with Reggie, and we had him out in Mississauga. And when I saw you today, I was completely blown away by your transformation. You have transformed significantly. So tell me how you feel and what your journey's been.
It's been great. Just working hard, sweating. My confidence is through the roof. I was probably a 40-inch waist, and now I'm a 34-inch waist. The worst thing about it is my clothes are more baggy than anything now. So that's the only thing I say the downfall, but if it is a downfall at all. But the sweat's worth it. The smiles are worth it. Every time I look in the mirror is just one of the greatest feelings. Every single day, seeing not someone new, but just seeing something different happening and changing. Right?
It's a huge difference. I noticed it right away. You look leaner in the face and the body. Your arms look bigger. I know that when we first talked, you were saying that you're having trouble because you kind of hit a peak and you weren't sure how to break through. What's been the difference that has really broken you through and made such a dramatic change?
The main difference, obviously, is the diet, honestly. One of the biggest things, the diet and the training program, both combination is just foolproof. The diet, it really emphasized, I didn't have to, a lot of people think diet is basically, you're not eating anything. It's not at all. I'm eating a lot. I'm just eating clean. A lot of clean food. This is what it achieves. You just have to look at things, and it's not that you're giving up anything. You're just changing things, right? Food's always going to be there. So what you love is always going to be there. So you can always have that little snack whenever you need, but it's just really good. And then the workout part of it is just the amount of sweat I did through the metabolic conditioning days. It was worth it. Those metabolic conditioning days, just that 1 minute of going hard, achieved all of it essentially. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, tell me about that. What is the metabolic conditioning? What do you do during that?
It's basically my metabolic conditioning days it's a high intensity workout for obviously off the HIIT principle. I'm going a minute of sprinting, a minute of kettlebell, and then from that, a minute of rowing, and then to a minute of med ball slams, and then a minute of biking. And then I get a minute break, and then you do that 4 times over again. So it's it makes you work. Before, my workouts used to be 2 hours, 2.5 hours in the gym. Sometimes The shortest workouts are maybe 40 minutes, the max an hour, and that's all you need to make a change, right? So, which is great. So a lot of people say, I don't have time. If you can watch a TV show for an hour, you can do something and pick up something for an hour and make it effective for your body and make a change.
And how do you feel like health-wise and in terms of like, just day-to-day living and stuff like that? Like, do you feel better having lost this weight and, improving yourself?
I mean, definitely lighter, definitely able to do a lot more in terms of just my day starts early, and at the night, when it comes to nighttime, I'm not fatigued, I'm not burnt out. I've learned how to handle stress as well, really well with this program too. I don't get antsy as much anymore. A lot of people are like, I would not recognize you anymore from before. Everyone knew me as, I was the, oh yeah, you're a big guy, but you're chunky. And that's the reaction I used to get. But now it's like, yeah, you look at me now and people, or not me, but when people look at me now, they're like, what have you been doing? What are you doing? It's amazing. Like, I don't recognize you. They're like, I saw you on the treadmill. I didn't even know that was you. One of my buddies says, he's like, are you becoming a male stripper? I was like, no, no. Could make good money, but when I started with you guys, I was about that 215 mark. Now I'm 179. But what's great about it, I'm 179, but I'm pushing even more than I did when I used to play football. I'm still able to squat 400 pounds. I'm still able to bench 315. And I haven't lost any strength with that. I've gained strength, I've gained power. So just a little ball of explosion.
Where do you go from here? Are you gonna, stay with this kind of program? Like, what's your future plan?
Basically, even what the program has taught me is basically, I'm not looking for a temporary solution, I'm looking for a permanent change. This program has developed a permanent change for me. When I go out with friends, when I go out to eat, for instance, with family, I'm already deciding, I know how to look at things and look at my plate and how to decide what to eat and how much to eat. And it's affected me in the long term that way. And it's become a lifestyle essentially, and I enjoy it. Never thought I would ever do that. I always thought I'd just always go after my ice cream, but no, it's a complete turnaround, and it's definitely a permanent change. So, and I'm as I always say, I'm always hungry and never satisfied. So there's going to be more to come, hopefully.
In order to celebrate this, we've got some special surprises for you. So Sabrina is going to bring over a Popeyes bag, and as part of this whole journey, Popeyes is going to make you a brand ambassador, and Swole Watches is going to hook you up with a watch, and Harbinger is going to hook you up with some stuff.
Great stuff. This bag is completely full. Yeah, pillbox from Popeyes. I almost forgot. How can we forget the money? There's a lot of these. They're $10.
Well, thank you so much. You accomplished your goal. I remember from the beginning you said what you wanted and the wall that you had been hitting and you couldn't break through. And here you are, man. You did it. So where there's a will, there's a way. And you're a great example of this show and exemplifying what is possible.
Hi, this is Trina Burns from Radical Body Transformation. I'm in Winnipeg at Park West Fitness, my home-based gym. Today I'm filming with Humberto and Kateryna, who just competed yesterday at the Canadian CBBF Nationals for Bodybuilding, Bikini, and Classic Physique. So tell me guys, I know it was a long day yesterday. Humberto, what category were you competing in?
I competed in the middleweight class in bodybuilding yesterday. It was a class of 11 guys. I did not make the top 5, but I definitely, I think I beat the package that I was able to bring to, for provincials. So that was a goal that I had. Going into this show. I had never done 2 shows back to back, so I didn't really know what to expect when it comes to how my body was going to respond and how the prep was going to go. It was a little bit challenging, not only mentally but physically as well. after going all out for 16 weeks and then having another shorter but also just as intense prep of 8 weeks. Little things like your joints start to bug you a little bit, the diet is not responding the same. So you need to really take a look at what's really working and what's not, listening to your body, take a break or a day off if you need it. You really need to take those things into consideration because it's a different situation than the first prep, right? So you need to be smart about that. So I feel like I really learned from this kind of double prep. But I think I was able to bring a slightly better package than what I brought to the provincial. So to me, that's I'm not entirely happy with the outcome, but I'm satisfied with what I was able to accomplish going into the second prep. So as soon as they post the results, I'll find out my exact placing. In the second call out, I was in the middle, something in 6th or 7th, which would be basically the same placing that I got last time I did the nationals. Which, to me, it's okay. I mean, there's always room for improvement, so it definitely motivates you to keep going forward and improve from that point on, right?
What kind of improvements do you feel that you made from provincials to nationals?
The conditioning was the same, and I put 3 pounds from weigh-ins to weigh-ins, so a little bit of size. I think the lower body increased a little bit. The back thickness was a little bit more prominent. But looking at the pictures, I was happy with what I was able to bring. But seeing the other guys and seeing the level of not only size and conditioning, just the overall level of the other athletes, it's definitely both motivating and inspiring to see how much more I can improve and what the level I should be at in the coming years in order for me to do better. See, for me, it's I need to be at a heavier class. I believe one of the tallest guys in my category. So for me, I need to be at the top of the next one, or maybe even ahead for me to look competitive at the national level, given what I saw yesterday. Like, there's guys that I feel like when you see things on Instagram and pictures, it doesn't really make them justice until you see them right next to you. You're like, how's this guy this big? Like, it's amazing, right? So it's an eye opener. It definitely makes you a little bit humble because you see what the level is out there. But again, it's definitely inspiring as well. So,
very proud of you, Mr. Manitoba. So, Kateryna, tell us about your day yesterday in the category you were competing in.
Well, I was for the first time in Class B bikini. It was, again, one of the biggest classes that I've competed in. It was 28 girls. I got the first call outs, but I didn't make the top 5, which is okay, because it's, again, this was World Qualifiers was my first national show. This was my second national show back to back. And I'm very happy, to be able to accomplish that in my first year of I just started competing just over a year ago. So this is more than I could ask for. And like Humberto, he has his goals and he knows what he needs to improve. I know my goals and I know what I needed to improve too for the next year. So.
And how many shows have you done now?
4. Yeah.
So 4 shows in a year?
I started last March, and then last May provincials, then this year.
A year and 3 months.
Just over a year. Yeah. So and then did the World Qualifiers 4 weeks ago, and then now the nationals. Yeah.
Competing as a couple, what do you guys find probably the biggest challenge competing and prepping at the same time?
The biggest
challenge?
There's quite a few.
Sharing the kitchen.
Yeah.
Don't touch her food.
Yeah. Actually, he has, but he's been lucky enough to leave just around the right amount for my next meal. I'm like, did you know how much I was supposed to eat next?
Oh, snap.
Hunger strikes. It's just, my judgment is clouded.
And then it strikes me. Yeah. But no, I think, honestly, we enjoy working out together. And I think the toughest part for us is not being able to work out together because our splits are so different. And we can't, we still made it happen this time around. Mm-hmm. But it's just a lot.
Not as much as it's finding a balance between. You have to be a little bit selfish when it comes to this sport, but we're trying not to be too selfish when it comes to that. We try to also at the same time support each other. this season, for example, my show was first, right? And she was kind enough to really support me through the last weeks. Then 4 weeks after her first show was in, so the last 2 weeks prior to her show, even though I was already prepping for nationals, I wasn't as close. So I'm like, you know what, the focus is on her. So, priority was her. And then after that, we switched to both doing the same show. So it was a little bit of both. It was like, okay, I'll support you, but at the same time, understand that, I'm doing the show as well. But now, with the off-season, you can just go back to, balance and reality and happiness, enjoying food.
Yeah.
Well, as a fellow Manitoba athlete, it's been awe-inspiring to watch you guys, especially compete as a couple and do it so well. We're all very proud of you, and we're looking forward to seeing what you guys conquer next. Thank you.